Hello friends, this is Christian Wiese. Today I wanted to discuss undivided moment. So the other day I had a revelation. I kind of realized that the satori moments that I often talk about here in those presentations are the exception, but what we almost always have are the undivided moments. So satori moments are the touch of God that we can see, perceive, know, and they're so special because, in a sense, our mind wants to be in the satori moment, when in fact the sacred is in the ordinary. We're always kind of connected to that beyond. It's just occasionally we tell the story of separation. So I would argue that in the majority of cases, we actually already are that, and just have to be mindful in those exceptions when the mind again tells a story of separation. I think that's very uplifting insight, and also suggests we shouldn't try to exclude some people that we perceive as unconscious. We don't know what they perceive. Everybody has undivided moments, I would conjecture. Now the idea came to me when I read a post of a friend. Her name is Bärbel Marlena Simon. She says, ultimately, everything appears in this with a capital T. Noise, silence, the strip club, the books of Ramana Maharshi, this remains untouched. Nothing adds, nothing diminishes, only the divided mind creates the sacred and the profane. Undivided. Yeah, that's exactly the point, and I think it's a very important one. Now, also wanted to read a post of a friend, Vinod Mittal. He says, "Ta-da! Suchness is the isness," and both suchness and isness are spelled in capital letters. Is the here now also spelled in capital letters? Be aware of it. If during this process one gets temporarily hijacked by the mind and then notices it, it still is suchness. Accepting and remaining with suchness is being with the truth moment to moment. No room for opinion, dissidence. It just is. Not as yet established in consciousness, again consciousness with a capital C. Such is the way. Witness it. Once again that restful, blissful, no conflict, no mind state. Ta-da! So important point here. We really have three states. The extraordinary, the satori moment, the undivided moment, the moment when we are connected with the hand of God. I'm standing right now in the summer of 26 on my porch. Behind me a blue sky and the greenery. I would call that an undivided, and of course talking to you, I would call that an undivided moment. We have many of that. But then we also have the moments when we realize we are again telling a story of separation. And that's when mindfulness kicks in. We suddenly become aware of separating ourselves from the undivided moment. And lastly, we have the unconscious moment, and that's all right too. The unconscious moment sets us up for the next learning experience. And the only difference I would have between the ordinary folks who are not into spirituality and the spiritual folks is that in the case of the spiritual quest, those learning opportunities become conscious, whereas in the ordinary lifestyle. Those learning opportunities often are unconscious in nature. I run after the promotion, and only 10 years later I realized that the promotion also didn't change anything. I just had to deal with other more important annoying people, but my underlying unhappiness does not go away. So real life for many is a subconscious learning, but everybody is learning. Now, when it comes to mindfulness, I'm a fan of Suzanne Leo's work. As you probably know, I've published a couple of her books in English. She resides in Taiwan. She does a marvelous job helping us with the effort of being mindful. So, for example, she writes, what does it mean to be present? It means that when resistance, rejection, or discomfort arises, we do not immediately escape or react. Instead, we observe the thoughts behind the resistance and wholeheartedly remain with what we are experiencing. By the way, I would also put in there the pleasurable moments, when we run after the promotion, when we feel that we deserve romantic love and go out dating, and even in the spiritual community, when we feel we are lifting humanity, always have an eye out also on the voice of separation that wants something, and that's part of the mindfulness too. But then she says, and that's a very uplifting observation, when we are truly present, a sense of peace begins to emerge. A deep silence appears within us, and from that silence, wisdom and even love can arise naturally. So, undivided moments, there are many. The unconscious moment is the subconscious learning opportunity that we are granting to ourselves, so to speak. But mindfulness is the portal where we can go either way, either reconnecting to the undivided moment or trying to understand why there's so much effort involved to awaken to those programs. And that's fine too. Some issues are hard. Romantic love is one example where we may weep bitterly that the partner we aspire to be with doesn't want to be with us, and it can take a long time to let go of that. Or again, the professional calling where we feel that we hit resistance and we don't understand where the resistance is coming from. At the end of the day, it's always a story of me that is in between us and the undivided moment. But we have to do a little detective work sometimes to get to that point. All right, I hope you found this presentation helpful. Until next time, bye.